I don't think there's anyone entering into a relationship wanting it to fail, but I've seen couples go from high school sweethearts to broken up parents in a very short span of time. So I want to talk to you about what makes relationships work and what doesn't. This video is a response to the School of Life's recent video exploring which long-term relationships work out and which ones don't. It's a great video, but I think their explanation can be expanded upon, and that's what I'm going to do in this video. According to the School of Life, if we want to get to the core of why relationships don't work out, we need to look beyond the following reasons. Firstly, it's not because one partner wants someone younger. And it's not because one partner is looking for better sex or one of the partners is looking for something more exciting. It's also not because of political differences between people or even disagreements based on different fundamental belief systems. While these are reasons that are usually assumed to cause breakups by many people, the School of Life video suggests that we need to go a little bit deeper. The real reason, they argue, is that one or both spouses sense that they've not been heard in the relationship. They've not been acknowledged. And then one or both spouses decides that it's better to be single than it is to be unseen. This is the key point. It's not the fact that we have these disagreements in the first place, but rather that we're not listening to each other when it comes to these disagreements. The problem is that we all have such unique ways of looking at the world, and we're not being heard by our partners. So what do you think of this explanation? Let me know in the comments below, because when I think about it, it definitely makes sense. I think there's something really special about listening deeply to someone, especially when we're in a relationship. That's what intimacy is really all about. It's about having this deeper level of communication and getting to know someone at a fundamentally deep level. And even more than getting to know them, it's about really connecting with them at this level, being intimate with who we really are deep down inside. This is what I love about School of Life's video. It's about our unmet needs as human beings. And yet, to be completely honest with you, I'm still left with this question. How do we actually go about meeting these needs for each other in relationships? The video by the School of Life explains the problem perfectly, but it doesn't help me to find the solution. And that's where I want to draw your attention to the new video by the shaman Rudá Iandê on the 3 key factors to healthy and successful relationships. It's these 3 key factors that help us to meet each other's needs in relationships. These 3 key factors are really the key difference to the relationships that work out and the ones that don't. The 3 factors that Rudá talks about come from his more than 3 decades experience helping thousands of people all around the world to enhance their personal power. And when you learn what these 3 key factors are, everything clicks into place. So I'm going to summarize these 3 key factors for you right now, but there is a link in the description below to go and watch his 10-minute video for yourself, because I think that I'm probably not doing it justice. But anyway, the first key factor that Rudá mentions is that the 2 partners need to have curiosity about each other. So it's not enough for someone to demand to be listened to in the first place. This only works when the other person is genuinely curious about their partner. Curiosity is about being present to your partner and really taking in who they are at this moment in time. It's about being fully aware of them as a person. When you're with someone and you have curiosity, it means that you're not distracted with other things. You're not distracted by your smartphone when you're with them, or with your thoughts about the past or the future. You're fully immersed in the here and now when you have deep curiosity for someone else. The second key factor that Rudá talks about is understanding. It's about putting yourself in your partner's shoes and really understanding where they're coming from. Understanding your partner means really listening to them. Not listening with your intellect, but listening with your heart. It's not listening to what they say or what they think, but rather really feeling what they feel deep down inside when you listen to them. And if you understand them, you listen with the intention of helping them to discover their own truth or their own capacity for happiness and success. The third key factor is self-confidence. If a person has self-confidence, they're no longer afraid of being wrong, and they're no longer making negative associations with their thoughts or their feelings, because they know that they're strong enough to be vulnerable and truly be seen by the other person. So if you have curiosity, you understand your partner, and you've got a deeper sense of self-confidence, you will naturally start to meet your partner's needs. That's because the three key factors are actually about being emotionally available to your partner. They're about really showing up in your relationship as the best person that you can possibly be. So I think that these three key factors really do help us to be seen in our relationships with the other person. And as the School of Life says, that really is the key to our relationships. The relationships that are going to work out are the ones where we are truly seen and heard. And I think that when you can bring these three key factors into your relationships, you can actually take charge of what's going on and have much more successful relationships in the long run. Check out that video by Rudá, because he goes really deep in his teachings, where he helps you understand not just yourself and what's going on, but you end up becoming empowered, where you can actually take charge of what's going on so that your relationships really do improve. There's a link in the description just below to his video, but let me know in the comments below what you think of these three key factors, and whether you can share any other factors that you think are essential to make relationships work in the long term.